My name is Rey Montecristo, and I'm the bass player producer of Wolffpack. We're like a hard rock band in the styles of Guns N' Roses, Velvet Revolver, Stone Temple Pilots. Just mix a lot of stuff in there, maybe even a little Led Zeppelin in there. We're throwing in the new songs. We have another song we're writing right now called Monroe, Maryland. That's about Marilyn Monroe. So that's going to be really cool. Our other band members weren't able to be here tonight. Our drummer is Derek Cintron. He used to play with Scott Stapp. And this is our front man right here, Alec Wolff, but he goes by Wolff for the band.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today, guys. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, me, of course, the front man, singer, Alec or Wolff at this point. Yeah, and the whole ideology on this band is, to have the classic feel, the real rock, right? Not what is going on out there. Daddy has some money, produce some kids with bad songs. So we come with the old vibe that you need some great songs, great music, so you can actually pull up the weight on the music business.
Damn straight, guys. It's about time someone actually came out and said that. A lot of people have been sort of thinking it, but no one said that for a long time, guys. So good on you. Fuck all the posers.
Yeah. We agree.
So Wolffpack are in the process of putting together your first music video for the song Fly. So how's that coming along?
It's great, man. I'm more of a writer. I'm the oldest guy in the band. I've had a couple record deals. When Wolff approached me, I was like, "Hey, Wolff, you have to get a bunch of kids to play with you. I'm too old." He was like, "I love the way you play bass. I love the way you produce. Your writing." So I accepted to do it, and I'm really glad I did because my last band was a country band, and then COVID had come in, and I had already started managing other artists and producing. But he got me back in the game, and I really love it. And as far as the music video, I told him, let's do a concept video. So the video is something like, have you seen the movies for John Wick?
Yes, many times.
It's something like that. It's gonna have he's gonna be like the transporter transporting a secret case with something in it. Nobody knows what's in it, and he gets jumped by a gang of people with masks. They're called the Brotherhood. They chase him down. They fight with him. He gets in a Lamborghini and runs away, and they chase him. Awesome. He ends up at the club where the band is playing, and he gets on stage and plays with us and all that. And then at the end, he ends up escaping again and going and taking the case to the head boss of the mafia.
Do we ever find out what's in the case, or is that kept secret?
That's a secret. we gotta watch the video to see what's in the case. Yeah.
So on the subject of the music video, guys, like, how hard is it actually putting a music video together? Like the finished product always looks like it was great fun, but I can imagine it wouldn't be all fun and games. There'd be a lot of work involved.
Oh yeah, so we can talk about that, especially weather. Once we got the car, and we already did actually the racing scene or the chase scene, what we call it, postponed about 4 months just on that, so we can have the perfect weather for it. Just give you an idea about one problem that we have to go through it. And yeah, it's not funny business. It takes some focus. It takes some time, and it has to be the right moment at the right time, and things just fold in place.
And the budget, we have to be careful because you start spending more and more money on it.
Yeah.
We rented a Lamborghini for the video. We're not rich yet, so.
I used to work as a race technician for many years, so I had my ways on the exotic hyper cars. So one of the ideas about the video and the music as well, Fly, it's about racing. Yeah. So we wanted to get that back in the game. Rock and roll, it's pretty girls, fun, exciting, fast cars. So everything that it should be involved in a good video music.
Yeah, it's actually the complete opposite to what I thought, because when I was reading through the notes and it said that it's based around motor car racing, I pictured something like Talladega Nights. I thought you'd come out with something like funny like that, but you've gone the opposite.
Yeah, we've gone more with something that fits more of the aesthetic of the band, Wolffpack, which is it's kind of like that 80s look to the band, but more refined as far as like the way we dress is a little more dressed up, a little more, just a little more, and like the video and the photos. And we want to take it to the next level on the next video and on the next photo shoot. More kind of like how you seen like Underworld, that movie with the werewolves fight the vampires. We're gonna go there, so that's gonna be really cool.
That's
It's
awesome.
gonna be an evolution. Yeah.
So tell us a bit more about the song Fly from a musical perspective. What does it sound like?
Man, I when I first was writing the lyrics, I started with the first verse, and it was kind of inspired by like a Sammy Hagar kind of thing, you know, like Van Halen kind of thing.
Can't Drive 55.
Yeah, something like that. It was like, you gotta start it up, you know. So I was imagining that, or David Lee Roth, and it came out more. Of course, Wolff has his own thing going on when he sings, so he gave his own signature to it. I pulled a lot when we sat down to write it. I pulled a lot from his experience.
Yeah,
like when he talks about the cage in the car and all that, and the people, like he's trying to like be pass them all and be first in line and all that. He gave me a lot of insight on writing the lyrics.
Yeah, the whole ideology is, since I come from the motorsport world on it before being a professional musician, I wanted to do like that first song that is gonna kill the end of it, of a generation, or something I used to do before, and start off with the music. So it just fit perfectly.
It's a good transition from car race mechanic, you know, race car mechanic into music, into frontman for a hopefully international band. That's what we're shooting for here.
Yeah, very cool. And is Fly a standalone single, guys, or is it part of a bigger album picture?
It's part of we did 3 songs to start with.
Yeah.
Actually, on the 3rd song is a ballad. We haven't recorded the vocals yet, but something really cool happened. I'm the bass player, but I became friends with the bass player for Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin, his new bass player for the last 15 years, Byron House. The guy was also the bass player for Celine Dion on his records, for Michael Bolton. Fantastic bass player. So he recorded the bass on the ballad.
Oh, sweet.
I took myself out of it. I mean, when you have a talent like that, I was like, Byron, please.
Okay.
So that's the 3rd song. It's called Scars. And then we got Monster. And Monster talks about like the addiction of people with the phones. So Monster is in your head, and that's the monster right there, you know?
The inner demons that we have, and sometimes it's hard to control, and they come out every so often. Yeah, I love that song too. I mean,
yeah, Monster is very orchestrated, has a lot of keyboards work into it and stuff.
Very cool. Very cool. And just say someone's like new into Wolffpack and they've heard the song Fly, like, is that like a good overall representation of what the album's going to sound like, or is that just a small piece?
Man, that's one thing that, since, you know, we just got signed by a record label, that the first thing that we talked about with Red, who's the owner, was, do we have full artistic freedom? Because we're kind of modeled in that way after Queen or somebody like that, where they'll have a song that is like Bohemian Rhapsody, but they'll also have like Crazy Little Thing Called Love and another one, Bites the Dust. Totally different sounding stuff. That's kind of like we want to go, but they still tied it together somehow, you know? So yeah, we're in that ballpark of like Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin. Even the ballad is a little more like Firehouse. You know?
Oh
yeah, giving freedom, but that was the whole point of it, because we don't want to be held back in creating something new and just be secluded in this boundary that it's the majority of the record labels, they actually put you through it. They kind of narrow you down. You're just gonna sound like this forever, and that's it. And
so I've known Red for a long time, and he's a successful businessman. He works setting up a lot of festivals here in America. And what he told me was like, Ray, bro, I just want to have fun with you guys. I want to be part of something fun, which you don't usually get from record label people, you know?
Not at all.
And he put a great team around us, like Dulcie, who was the one that was contacting you. She's been working forever in the music industry. So he's more like, I just want to be part of this. Like, I'm in the band, like I'm one of your brothers. So you guys know the music part. Just take me there, pretty much. That's what he said, you know.
Exactly.
And of course, you know, we have the young kids on the guitars. The 2 guitar players are in their 20s. Derek Cintron, who's a legend down here in South Florida. He was the drummer for Scott Stapp for 2 years. He played for Ace Frehley. He's played for Lauryn Hill from the Fugees. I mean, the guy has done a lot of music videos. Enrique Iglesias.
Saigon Kick.
Saigon Kick. He was the original drummer for Matt Kramer.
Wow.
So,
pretty great.
Be a friend as well.
Matt Kramer is a very good friend of Wolff's.
Oh, yeah.
He took him under his wing and he introduced Wolff to me.
Oh, sweet. Small world, eh?
Yeah, well, eventually I ended up going to vocal classes. I met him throughout, and I was doing some covers, which, you know, suffice. It was perfect for me at the time being. But he kept on pulling out more and said, "No, you got to do originals. You know, even though you like them, they're already famous enough. That's okay.
Well,
do your own stuff."
Wolff is very charismatic live, and like at cover shows, there were coming like 500 people to see him, and like women were lining up to get autographs and touch him.
You're the
so
man.
Matt Craig, like, yeah, Matt's like, Ray, you know how to write and produce, and you know how to put a band together. I got this guy that just needs to be out there in front of people, you know, and that's my boy right here.
Very good. So on the subject, you just said that you're a producer as well, mate. And I've always wondered, like, when you're the producer in a band and you're writing the music as well, like, is it hard to sort of separate yourself from the writing style and what you've got to do as a producer? I can imagine it'd be hard to critique your own work.
Well, thankfully, probably my biggest talent is writing for particular artists. Like, I know how to write for a certain style and artist whenever I see where their boundaries are. And he was perfect because, you know, I grew up since I was 12, like in the Miami band rooms, like Marilyn Manson. He used to practice across. I was a little kid and he was a little bit older than me, but I used to go and watch him practice. And another band called Young Turk, man, they would give us beers when we were 13 years old, you know.
Wow.
And they were playing like Skid Row style music. So Wolff is in that area, and I loved it. And Queensryche and all. He's got the range of a Jeff Tate. Huge. Wolff has a huge range.
I did a bit of research.
So
I listened to a few songs, and you can sing. You sing like a motherfucker, bro. Really good.
Yeah. He sings really well, and he reproduces Queensryche and Journey perfectly live. I was very, very excited when I saw him. And I said, yeah, man, we could do something and not think about getting the record deal. Even though it's funny because we did get the record deal now, but we weren't even shooting for that at all. You know, we were more like, let's have fun. Let's do something great. Let's get in front of a lot of people. And that was our plan, you know?
Yeah. And talking about the covers, yeah, thank you for that. But yeah, by the end of my cover career, I'll say, it was more like elevator music. The show was happening. The people, what got me excited was the people actually going wild, you know, throwing bras, money, or have a bunch of kisses here and there. But the music itself, it was lacking. Something was missing on the point, and it was on the verge of COVID when it started. Pretty much, we stopped playing, and then at the same time, we kind of get together. I contacted Ray with that proposition on doing something more to leave behind, right? You got your story, you got your music, you want to put it down, right? It's not something that you want to keep on copycat a bunch of people forever.
Yeah, I actually had a band that was Saints and Angels. The band was signed with George Strait's management. And we were playing at the festival level. In fact, the original guitar player that recorded all the hits for Florida Georgia Line was in the band. But I abandoned that project to play with Wolff because he's doing more of like my passion, you know?
Shit. All right. Direct this one to you then, Wolff. Like, can you take yourself back to, like, you've been singing covers for so long, and like you say, it sort of lacks something because they weren't your songs. But the first time you were on stage with Wolffpack singing your own song to a crowd, how was that feeling, bro? Like, how different was it?
Wow. It's pretty much a dream come true in the end of the day. You keep on nurturing and dreaming about sometimes doing certain things, and once it becomes real, it's in a completely different experience, out of this world experience. You get to actually show it off, tell everybody this is us as a band. You know, it's not like a front man, this is my band. No, this is Wolffpack. That's the understanding, or the name came up because the pack. It's a pack of wolves that work together alongside of each other, highlighting the gifts that we have and putting good songs out for people to enjoy nowadays. Like I said before, I'm missing so much that true rock and roll, going back to the roots, going back to the spirit of rock and roll.
Yeah, and it's show business. You know, you have to put it all together. As far as like, I told them the first 3 songs we're gonna go record. We wanted to do it like the old way. We went to a vintage studio.
Oh yes.
We recorded on 2-inch tape. We recorded on a real analog console. All the outboard gear is real that you hear on the recordings, but we were still pinpointing and targeting our sound. So I think even the next 3 or 6 songs that come out are going to be even better, you know?
Wicked. And we've sort of touched on this a little bit, mate, but like your sound harks back deeply rooted to the classic rock from the 70s and 80s. So why choose that era of rock to sort of focus on for this band?
It's what we love. We love Bon Jovi. We love the album that has Always. What album is that?
I have no idea.
But it was fucking good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we have the same taste in music, and you know,
Well,
it's funny because with bands like Greta Van Fleet, like our guitar players, they're 22 and 21 years old, and they love this music too. It's like they grew up with their parents listening to it. So they're really passionate about it too, you know, and
it's like a rebirth, right? It's kind of happening right now, kind of a rebirth from the 70s, 80s, kind of feel to it. So the kids are into it, even though the majority of the generation is a little not focused enough in certain.
And I'm like the Mick Mars of the band, standing back there, you know, with my head, just controlling the music, you know. And I got these guys in their 30s and 20s in front of me, and we're doing good with that, you know.
Yeah, and for me, why classic rock in that era? I remember the first time that I heard.
It's the best, man.
Yeah, Appetite for Destruction, and with Guns N' Roses. That was it. I was hooked, and since then, I knew for a fact that was my route. That is my type of rock and roll. You know, shake people up, make women crazy. That's what my rock and roll is all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, the stage is, there's nothing like the stage. I love it. I love playing on stage, and the adrenaline. It's actually, when you have a great show, you're throwing energy at the crowd. So much energy that you end up, if you don't end up exhausted after a show, you didn't do the job well done.
I remember I used to actually pass out on the floor, get home after a show and just drop and stay there, laying flat on the floor, and wake up next morning.
Wow.
they bringing all your juices, but it's cool because on top of the stage, you shoot it out, they throw back at you.
They throw it back at you,
and then you twist it and you throw back at it. So it's pretty fun. I love it.
And he's such a natural front man. I get mesmerized watching him on stage, so sometimes I mess up on my bass watching him.
It's not rehearsed. It's not rehearsed. Whatever happens, it happens. You know, besides the lyrics and the vocal, nothing is rehearsed.
Good. So is it actually like, is it hard to take a sound like the sort of 70s and 80s rock that's pretty much been perfected already? But is it hard to take that and put your own spin on it?
I don't think it is for us because without bragging, that's my gift is to create. So like the music video, the writing the music video storyline, and I'm a visionary. I create, and everything. It's a gift from God. It's not me. It really is, you know. And everything that has been given to me by God it sounds original when it comes out. And I imagine it's the same way for Motley Crue and, you know, Queen. Oh my God, what a talent, Freddie Mercury. I mean, untouchable. So yeah, that's something that you're just born with. And man, when I was 5 years old in Cuba, because in Cuba everybody's starving because you know there's nothing, there's no economy. I used to my brother and I used to get on the bus stop and sing and dance, and people used to give us money.
Wow.
It was something you're born with, you know. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, but you know, and the other side of it, since Fly, for example, and Monster, it came out pretty much within not even a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
It came quick. So there's potential out there, and there's not, just because you have your heroes putting all the songs that you love doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to actually match them and do something at the same level of it. So a lot of people, sometimes they're afraid of it. No, I'm not going to try that.
Yeah.
I remember Matt Kramer telling me, why are you going to sing the Sebastian Bach, Skid Row? I mean, that's the top of the line. You know, start something, you know, a little bit lower.
Less hard, yeah.
Not as hard.
Throw yourself right in there.
Fuck it. No, I'll go for the top. And so that actually kicked my ass, so I can keep on trying to get better and keep on getting better. And
That's one thing with him. He's a great singer, but he always very humble. He always tells me, no, I gotta learn more. I gotta learn more. I'm not good enough, you know?
Yeah, we always do, man. You
Always
never...
learn more, can't you, brother? No matter how good you are, you can always learn more.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Yeah, I'm learning more as a producer too, and as a writer. And you know, I go a lot by instinct. Like I'll just hear something in my head and I'll put it down on my phone. And I think that's how most of the guys that I admire are like, you know, like David Foster and like Freddie Mercury. Like I said, that guy was a machine, you know. And, you know, Robert Plant, all these guys, they're just, it's like a feeling, it's a feel thing.
Yeah.
Music is feel. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe the same thing. I mean, Guns N' Roses, AC/DC.
And we're having a blast.
I love it.
We're both Scorpios, almost born the same day.
November boys.
November boys.
So we're having a blast, man, you know? And one of our guitar players is a Scorpio, and it's a crazy Scorpio band, and we're always like having fun, man. We just love to live life and have fun and, you know, play music.
And that's the advice. Don't ever date a Scorpio, because Scorpio women are fucking pains in the ass.
I haven't dated. All the women that like me are Gemini for some reason, bro. I don't know why.
Stick with their mates, the Scorpions will kill you.
I done a lot, dated a lot, and I never asked the sign though, but I'm pretty sure the problematic ones, there were Scorpios.
Yeah, I had one Scorpio, and she was very quiet, so I was like, what is she plotting right now?
Shit. All right, guys. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Do you know when Fly's coming out yet? Have we got a release date for the video?
We don't have a release date. Since we just signed with Big Red Records, we have to make we have to see what their business plan for releases. That they're doing all that stuff. They're doing the marketing. They picked up the tab for the recordings that we had already paid for, so that's great.
Oh, you know,
we have spent a lot of money at Thunder Sound. Thunder Sound is a studio that is on the border between Tennessee and Kentucky, and it's multi-million-dollar studio that somebody did for fun because their family has so much money and they love music so much.
Good on him.
His name is Billy. Unfortunately, Billy passed away, so that was the sad part of the story. And you know, great kid, and we have a lot of love for him, you know, and that he left that there for us to be able to use.
And that studio has a soul. His soul is there.
His soul is there
because it's in the middle of nowhere.
It's very special. You get to stay there for like 5 days while you record.
Wow, that'd be surreal.
You can record anytime, day or night, whenever you want. The engineers are available, man. Yeah, we recommend Thunder Sound, thundersound.com for musicians around the world to check that out. It's like recording in the 70s, man, or 80s. It's so cool. And they'll give you a great price for local bands, you know.
Tell them that you sent us, mate. They'll look after us.
Tell them that Rey Montecristo sent you.
All right, guys. Well, I look forward to keeping abreast of what you guys are doing in the future, because like I say, what I've heard so far, I love that old school rock shit, guys, and you do it fucking well. So make sure you keep in contact.
Hey, man, we'll hope to come to Australia and meet you.
For sure, mate. If he's ever looking at coming over, make sure you reach out because I've got a lot of contacts over here, so I'll be able to help out a fair bit.
You guys have been so nice to us, and our new favorite mag is Heavy Magazine, man, because the welcome and the open arms that you guys gave us, we really appreciate that, and we see that you do it with a lot of starting out bands, and that's a great quality you guys have.
Thank you. I've got the attitude, mate. If anyone takes time out of their day to contact me, the least I can do is reply to them and see what they want, what they got to say.
You're awesome. You guys are awesome. Your staff, everybody. Thank you.
It's just me, brother.
Oh, it's just you?
Pretty much.
Wow, I read on the magazine Facebook that you have a lot of volunteers.
Oh, I've probably got a team of about 3 or 4 interviewers and about 3 or 4 reviewers. But I do probably 80% of the interviews and all the other stuff, and pretty much.
So you don't sleep, pretty much.
Fuck all, mate. I've got a 6 and 8-year-old daughter that I get every second week too, so I don't sleep fuck all, which is why I'm drinking.
Cheers, my friend.
Yeah, cheers.
You guys. I hope we do get to meet each other in the future because you seem like cool dudes.
We'd love to meet you. Well, we'll see you at a concert, I'm sure.
For sure, boys. Take care and keep kicking ass. Merry Christmas.
Thanks very much for everything.
My absolute pleasure, guys.
Rock on, brother.
Take care.
Thank you, my brother. See you.
Bye-bye.